What's going on, guys? It's
What's up?
CandL. This handsome motherfucker over here is Lau, and I am Cotter.
What's up, Cotter?
What's going on, dude?
Been some days.
It's Thanksgiving this week.
It's Thanksgiving week.
It is Thanksgiving.
Do you have you any extravagant plans?
I have a ham. I'm ready to throw in the oven.
You have a ham.
I think we're gonna smoke it.
Is it? Oh, spiral cut. I'm guessing.
No. This is
got
a hunk of fucking ham.
We call that man ham.
One time,
that's a man's ham.
One time I had a buried pig. They buried it in the ground, and they had the coals going and everything, and it was so juicy and tender, it just ripped apart.
Oh, it's funny you say that. Just maybe about a week ago, I don't even want to, I saw it on there and watched it, something that you just, it's your little it's your little pleasure on there. Makes me sound less manly, but 90 Day Fiance. It's like you watch something because you just want to see a disaster happen in like real time, and it does. Like one of my favorite times was this dude went all the way overseas, out down the Amazon, and then had to even 3 days go on this barge along the Amazon River to get to this girl. Which I'll fast forward, every single girl from another country that's talking to you is talking to 15 other dudes at all times, and they got condos and take plane rides too. You know what I'm saying?
So they have to adventure to her,
and so really every time it's each of these guys figuring out that. Really, basically, but some of them work out. And I
watch Marriage Boot Camp, so I can't.
Yes,
I can't say
yes. But anyway, long
people
story
like
short,
drama.
Dude got grossed out because her family had dug a hole and made a pig, and he just didn't trust the food.
Really?
He wouldn't eat anything that was not out of a package.
Oh, fuck that, dude.
You know
You need a little bit of germs to work your immune system.
I know, dude.
People forget that. If you drop something, pick it up and eat it, mother.
Right?
Blow it the fuck off.
Just like the other Amazonians, you know what I mean?
Damn, they eat spiders and shit, dude. What are you doing?
Dude, they make that shit delicious, though.
If you're hungry, eat it.
Dude,
stop playing like you need to throw away the Oreo you dropped on the fucking ground.
You're ew. Let's get some dust on it.
That's bullshit. That's wasteful, I feel like.
Yeah.
And people are using too much Germ-X and shit.
You just blow it off as best as you can.
I guess. I had something I wanted to blow across you, okay? That sounded really questionable, and I apologize.
Do I need an adult?
I apologize.
Wow.
Republic. I lived in Republic most of my life. Sometimes I'll go to Springfield, and I'll live in Springfield. Republic is growing way too fucking much. Yeah. We are getting too fucking big over here for our britches. Because I went to Walmart today. Okay, I have a lot of complaints about Republic right now. We are over fucking crowded. Get the fuck out. If you're not from here, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
People from Republic only.
If you're from Springfield, cool, whatever. I get it. If you're from surrounding area, I get it. But if you're from fucking somewhere else, give me a break.
If you're from Tennessee,
listen,
you try make your purchase quick, okay?
Okay, this is my point. I'm glad you brought that up.
That's so cool.
I was at Walmart tonight, right, picking up the beer, and I'm in line. Right, and these little kids, 2 little kids, and their mom are standing in line. I'm in the I'm right by the self checkout where the 20. It's the speedy checkout.
So you're in the speedy checkout.
20 items or less. I have 2 cases of beer and a fucking light bulb.
Boom! You are under quota. You're perfect.
I'm sitting.
You're perfect for the 20 items or less.
I'm right at where they're asking me to be, if not way under.
Way under.
As a matter of fact,
even easier. This is going to look good on their numbers.
Take 2 seconds to check me out. Right.
Mm-hmm.
The lady in front of me wasn't much older than me, and her kids, I don't judge people a lot, but her kids were in fucking Nikes and shit. And she was getting all, a few things for Thanksgiving, you could tell. It was a few things for Thanksgiving, and I didn't have a problem with her getting all these things. I don't care.
Yeah.
Do your thing. This is something I want to explain to everybody my age and younger. There is such thing in this country that when you see something on the shelf, and it says $3.25, you're not paying $3.25. you're paying like almost $4, right? Like you're paying closer to $4 because of what?
Tax, sales tax.
Okay. She had one rolled up string of lights, Christmas lights. First of all, I'm not going to start bitching about how early people are putting decorations up. I get it. Whatever. You want to enjoy the month. I like Halloween. I'll start decorating in, September. But I totally get it. I'm not against that.
Right.
What I'm against is the stupidity of putting in the effort to go to the store, get these lights, and then when it rings up, it's $21 and so much change. She fought for like 20-30 minutes that it was $19.98. This said it was like $19.98. And I said, well, $21 sounds about like the fucking tax, does it not? Like, why are you fighting over $1 something?
Yeah.
I was so mad, and that's why I bring up her kids wearing Nikes, is because I was like, dude, like if you're trying to penny pinch, lights aren't the place to do it. Just buy the fucking lights. $21 compared to $19.98 ain't shit.
Yeah.
I was upset because I waited there for 20 minutes. I was like, I've got a few things. I moved lines because she was the only one in that line. So I thought, I'm going faster.
Right.
You're not going faster. She's waiting there for 20-30 minutes. She's fighting for the $1.50.
For the $1.50.
For the $1.05.
She's fighting for the people.
It upset me so bad because I was like, that sounds about right. I wouldn't have questioned that because I'm the type of person that's like, if it's $19.98, I'm probably paying $21 for it. That's how I've always been. Right. That's probably why I'm always broke. But
you never know. Yeah,
we pay tax in this country. It is what the fuck it is.
Yeah,
She
probably I don't know. It could have been something as easy as she didn't, read the correct denomination on the Trill sticker. Like, dude, there have been times I go to Walmart and I'm thinking, okay, this is like $4 or whatnot. Really, that place in front of it, the little sticker that has it on there on every shelf, hadn't been changed yet from the last item that was in that slot.
So you think you're paying
close to around the same price, but different,
right?
And I guess there's a difference in people who can, when somebody rings something up and it doesn't feel right, they're like, oh well, didn't feel right. What the price was anyway? Like, whatever.
This wasn't my problem as much as it was just the combination of things that happened tonight while I was out getting 2 packs of beer and a light bulb. This whole fucking story comes from 2 packs
you should have just went to the self-checkout, bro.
I should have, but then I think I didn't know because I have to present my ID to somebody.
Well,
so
yeah,
I thought,
because the lady will come up and then she'll beep. She'll scan your ID.
I assume that, but you know what? I made a mistake, and it's not her fault. Let's give a round for the mom who put up with her 2 kids by herself.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Hey,
I'm just
fight for that $1.
Here's the thing. I'm bipolar, so things like that set me off.
Right.
And then I went to Come and Go to get a pack of cigarettes and break $100 so I could go get some dinner for my kids and my wife.
Right.
I get to Come and Go, and I'm just minding my own business. I'm very quiet. I just do what I got to do and leave. There was a manager there who was on the phone, who said was on the phone with the police, and she was like, this person comes in here a lot and steals shit. We've called on them before, and they're blocking me from getting into the bathroom. And last time they set the bathroom on fire.
Oh, my God, dude.
I was like, oh, shit.
I did not know that this was going to go that way. Republic.
Listen, here's my problem is when I was at Walmart, we have a fucking Republic Monopoly board. A Republic it's Republicopoly or some shit.
Yeah, Republicopoly.
Dumb. What the fuck?
Have you tried?
Springfield shouldn't even have a.
Have you bought it? Have you opened it up?
Why would I spend $20 on a board that? Listen, when I got here, like I came over in a boat from Europe.
Mm-hmm.
When
my family crossed the sea.
My family's technically from Springfield. We reside in Springfield. I don't know how much further it goes than that, but I know that when I was born, we were in Springfield. My mom, because she had me, moved to Republic, which was smaller. Republic used to be 60 highway with 1 strip mall, and it had a laundromat,
and that was
a Chinese restaurant, and a pet shop, and that was fucking it.
That was it.
And
I remember that, dude. And fields. Lots of fields.
Openness.
Lots of fields everywhere.
Now, there are certain fields I'm looking at, like the one where they put the Republic High School.
I'm
like, dude, that used to be open field. Now it's like looking like a prison in that motherfucker. A prison with a football field.
It really does. Well, I've always thought that, and then I actually looked it up, and the person that they hired to design the school designs prisons.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So like they
like I could fact check
they got
this
a
if I wanted
giant
to.
building designed cheaply because and
because
that's why,
he builds prisons.
and my little sisters even like walk through and they're like, yeah, it does. It feels like it's huge. It's
There's
all
like guards
sectioned
with
off and
AR-15s at the
like,
doors and shit.
Well, no, nothing like that. But like you can, when you're walking around in those walls, you can even empathize yourself as being in a prison and stuff.
High school already felt like a prison.
Structure and stuff. Yeah,
right.
We were like lucky to have the high school. Like I think it was one of the last classes to ever have high school in that high school, and then it had been in the high school for so many fucking years, dude. So many years.
It's not the high school anymore.
No. Now it's the middle school.
Isn't that weird?
Now it is
That's
Republic
the high school
Middle
I
School.
went to is the smaller one by the park.
Yep. And
of course, this is for local people.
Well,
You
yeah.
know
I mean,
what
Republic
Like,
wasn't that big yet. Everything was not. Now Republic's big enough, generates enough money. Like now they're buying large plots of land and putting giant schools on them.
The traffic from 5 to 7 made me so mad. I was like, why are everybody flocking to this small town? And that's just it.
And then we went from that little tiny road, remember?
Yeah.
Now it's a giant motherfucking road.
Yeah.
Like, you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That, and I'm moving my hands back and forth, touching my fingers in the center. Like, it used to be a tiny, tiny ass lane road that was
2-lane road.
That was
You
it.
had a Chinese restaurant, like I said, you had I think Price Cutter was here and Walmart was here.
Yeah, there's that little strip mall with the Chinese place and the pet shop and it, the
laundromat. Yes, I was a child.
You remember
my love for cashew chicken came from that place.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it was really good, dude. Like
it was good. Yeah.
I
can't remember.
I remember going in there so many times with my dad, like all the time. I loved it. Like and it. Like even when I was a little kid, like it just felt like you go in there and it just felt like just so old.
So so what I picture is when you're sitting there growing up in one little small town and you've spent your most of your life in this town.
Yeah.
It's almost like Toy Story when Buzz comes in with Woody and Woody's sitting there and the music's playing like strange things are happening to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're looking around,
happening to me,
and it's just growing bigger and bigger. And
I'm
you're
talking about strange.
It's one of those things where it freaks me out. The park that is there now behind the old high school is bigger. We used to have a metal tornado slide. In 2019, 2020, they don't have any of those because you don't make slides out of metal because the sun heats it up.
Oh.
And you end up burning your fucking ass cheeks on those slides.
Oh, man.
So I get it.
Slide down, Jimmy. You may be scalded by the end of your wonderful trip.
Mom, watch.
Oh, no.
He gets off and he's like, his ass is smoking. You know what I mean? That I get why you
go to the emergency room in emergency and they're like, well, what happened? Like, Jimmy slid down the slide and burnt half his ass off. It's like, that's the 6th one today.
Republic ought to do something about that goddamn tornado slide.
Fucking everything. Evelyn, there's another one.
They did, and here's the thing.
It's fucking crazy.
I have fond memories of this place. I have bad memories of this place. Like anywhere you're going to be. Anywhere you're going to grow up, it's like that. That's pretty common.
I did a lot of fun skating. And
this town was so small that I could walk from one end to the other in just no time.
In no time at all.
Be fine with it.
You could get anywhere on a skateboard faster than if you'd had a car in town back in the day.
Absolutely.
You'd be getting faster. And man, like,
dude, I'm so old here that I remember when the Walmart Supercenter came in.
I remember too.
That's how long I've been in this fucking town.
I remember too, and everyone was so excited, like, oh, in a few days we're gonna have everything transferred over.
Republic is still so small. That's what bothers me about the population. Republic is still so small that we're like, oh, we're getting an Arby's? We're getting a fucking Arby's?
Yeah, everyone's like, a what?
You mean I can enjoy curly fries and a roast beef? Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god! Like it's nice, isn't it?
If you would have said we had an Arby's in 2019, I'd have called you a fucking liar.
Right? Like dude. Like I am so surprised. Like I am so surprised to see a Wendy's, and an Arby's.
My mom says she remembers when the Taco Bell got put in.
Yep.
And I thought that was crazy because I was like, Taco Bell's always been there. She's like, no, it hasn't.
I was going to say, for me, for all of my years, Taco Bell been there. Taco Bell Republic has been there.
She got here, like, I think late 80s, mid 80s, late 80s. We moved from Springfield to Republic. We were in Brookline. Brookline's still small, but then Republic bought out Brookline, and now we've advanced to Brookline.
Right.
They still call it Brookline, but it's fucking Republic. The city limits don't stop till past Brookline.
Right. Like, and then, probably like 60, 70 years after, maybe a couple, generation and a half, that it will just be.
How much longer do you think until Billings on the other side of Republic gets turned into Republic? That's Republic, too.
I don't know.
Republic tries to be Springfield or Kansas City or something.
By how it's gone so far, maybe another 10, 20 years?
If that. You're giving them a long range.
I'm being
my whole point to this story,
I'm trying to hit the ballpark.
And the reason I even came up with the whole like bitching about where I'm from is that we have a goddamn monopoly board dedicated to the fucking city.
I know.
What the fuck? Do you 2 years ago, I think it was 2 to 3 years ago, the mayor got in trouble because all the money went to the police and none of the money was spread out into schools, roads, basic tax shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they just kind of took the money and ran.
Yeah.
It's like they took a bribe from the cops.
Now we're gone.
I don't know. I just wanted to talk shit about Republic for a minute. Because I've been here so fucking long.
Yeah.
I love this place, but I hate it at the same time. It's weird to feel like that.
Yeah, I do kind of, but it is what it is. I do have. I guess I can't honestly say that I have more good memories of it than I do.
That's where I'm at. Is like I don't have any complaints.
And
if they are, they're minute.
Yeah, like I still have good memories of skating and shit. Like that's where we met. And
small towns are good
friends, bro. Like me and you.
Exactly. That's my point. Is like, and I guess it would be stupid to argue that small towns are good to build relationships because you can build them in bigger.
Oh, you can.
Cities and shit. Like I'm not saying
you can.
You can't, build a friendship. I just feel like smaller towns, you're. It's almost every. I had a friend that was a mutual friend of yours that I used to spend every day with, and it was because we were so, literally so close. We lived so close that it was just like we just kicked it. We got along, we related. Small towns are good for that. That's why country musics are always about small town roads.
Town roads.
Some stupid
shit. Rear view town.
Dirt road.
Yeah. Beer bottles, biscuits, and big old trucks.
I thought you were going to say big old titties. So. All right.
No. Anyway.
Let's keep it PG. Anyway, that's all the shit I wanted to talk about Republic. I had this interesting thing that a certain somebody on Facebook recommended.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it made me laugh because I went through them, and I wanted to go through them with you because I thought that this was one of those things we could get a good laugh out.
Right.
All it is 25 crazy news headlines.
Oh, all right.
Okay. And
I'm game.
And I just kind of skimmed over them because I was like, I want most of it to be genuine. I want to read it with you. Rather than read it and know what's coming. So I kind of skimmed over it, and they're funny.
I'm actually ready. I'm excited.
Okay, so this is called 25 Crazy News Headlines That Will Make You Laugh Yourself Silly.
All right.
Do we not do that enough?
Oh, we do that.
We laugh a lot. We laugh silly a lot.
We're going to call this section Business as Usual.
Business as usual.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm not going to... This is from the thoughtcatalog.com. Thoughtcatalog.com if you're interested in looking up what they've got to say. I've never heard of them, but this is interesting. These are real, too. These are real headlines from newspapers that have been printed. Okay, just keep this in mind.
Right.
We've got 25. We're going to start with one. Okay. This is from Associated Press. Rangers get whiff of cologne. This is a simple one because it's like, his name's, I think, Colin. You see that? So it's one of those things. Okay.
So it looks like it says they get a whiff of
basically what this person who made all this who did this article, sets you up with an easy one. Rangers get a whiff of cologne. It's about a baseball team.
Yeah.
Right? So you get a little like, okay, that's okay, right? This one is from Ethiopian Herald.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Ford Reagan neck in presidential primary.
What?
That's a headline.
Let me see that.
I swear to God, that's exactly what it says.
Ford Reagan neck in presidential primary. Oh.
It's saying Ford and Reagan neck in presidential primary. If you're an immature child, you would take that very sexually.
Yeah.
Me, I'm an adult, so I read it. I was like, okay.
Well, back in the day, they had what was called necking.
They're necking.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, kiss each other all over.
Y'all ain't over there naked in the corner, are you?
Basically, it's
naked and naked.
It's kind of like what the British people would call snogging. Yeah.
Have you ever talked to a British person that said that?
Oh, I've watched enough,
Peaky Blinders? You're watching Peaky Blinders and shit?
Well, no, I'd actually never seen it. No.
Really?
No.
I'm pretty sure Tom Hardy's in that. I would like to see it now.
Really?
Can we watch that now? We're just going to turn it on?
We should turn on Tom Hardy. As everyone knows, you get a big old rubbery one for Tom Hardy.
You know, I had to defend myself
you really
online.
Do.
Because I put his picture on my profile picture. I don't put personal pictures on Facebook.
Right.
The only pictures I've ever posted of my kids are from family events, and I tag my family, or Halloween recently.
Right.
I posted pictures of their costumes. I don't put my kids online like that, and I hardly put myself on like that. I don't take selfies. I don't take pictures, and I don't post them as my profile.
In the same way, I really don't. I don't post a lot. I don't shit post. I don't.
Right? Yeah.
I don't do any of that stuff.
I'm not a big meme guy. I laugh. I'll laugh at a fucking meme, but I don't want to share it and post it. I'm like, I'm not a meme guy.
Yeah.
I'll laugh at it.
Like
it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not a big meme guy.
I don't. Yeah.
Back to the thought catalog.
Okay.
Number 3 is the Daily Kansan.
Conson.
It says student excited dad got head job, and then it shows the picture of her face. That one's good.
Oh my God.
At that's
he got the head job. He did. Like,
she's
got
very
a head job
excited.
From who?
She's very excited. Who are you head job?
Her face, I didn't her mouth is open really wide, dude. Did you notice?
And note it's not hand job. It's head
job.
Head job.
Yeah. It's just enough.
These articles are like that. They don't watch their wording enough. They don't think dirty, I guess.
Idiots.
Yeah. So we
it's funny.
So we got number 4. Okay, this is from the New York Post. So this is one that is very serious and should not make fuck ups like this. Statistics show that teen pregnancy drops off significantly after 25.
No.
First of all, let me tell you something.
No.
Let me tell you something. Okay. If you're not paying attention to what I just said, I'm going to say it again because it fucked me up the first time reading it, okay? Statistics show that teen pregnancy drops off significantly after 25. Teen pregnancy.
Right. So of course it drops off. I mean, you're not a teen anymore when you're 25.
You know what that is? That is a person working at the New York Post who is smart to know, I'm just going to write about some bullshit and get paid. And they're not going to notice because they passed it, obviously. It's a headline. It is a headline. A headline is the main article of that paper.
My God.
Right? That's what makes it funniest, is these are the main articles of these, okay? So, yeah, if you're a teen and you're fucking, don't do that. If you're 25 and fucking, cool.
Right.
Right? You're not a teen when you're 25.
Right.
Okay, we've established that.
Makes sense.
That you expect better from the New York Post, God damn it. You expect better.
Oh, my God.
Number 5 is Tulsa World. So I'm assuming this is a Tulsa paper.
Okay.
One armed man applauds the kindness of strangers. Somebody who wrote that was very insensitive.
That reminds me of a little ad in the paper, a little pet ad, and it said it was a 3-legged dog, beautiful coat, noticeable limp. And you're like, it's a 3-legged dog.
Oh my God! This is proof that people do not pay attention to shit.
Not pay attention.
Whoever wrote this article was an insensitive asshole. You do not put one-armed man in the same sentence as applause. What the fuck? He applauded them.
He single-handedly applauded them.
You know what that reminds me of? Is Scary Movie 2 when the guy in the wheelchair and the guy with the hand are fighting, and he's like, "What were you in Stomp?" It reminds me of that.
I'm gonna be the bigger man and walk away.
Walk away.
Walk away.
Let me give you a round of. He used that joke. Let me give you a round of applause.
Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of. Is somebody who's bitter about something, and they're just like, yeah. They make a joke like that, like I'm gonna walk away with my 2 legs. Like they throw that in there, like that little extra.
I love it. Hey, what the?
Keep in mind, these are main topics.
Right.
These are the main headline of the newspaper. It's unbelievable when you think about it like that.
What does Tulsa have for us?
That's what Tulsa had. The one-armed man.
The one-arm. Oh, I thought we were on to the.
We are on number 6, the lumberjack.
The lumberjack.
If you call your paper the lumberjack, you're probably putting in some fucked up shit anyway.
Wow.
Right?
This is a paper that's handed out in a heavily wooded area.
This one's good. Okay. As I'm reading these, okay, realize this. I am very aware because I'm looking at it as somebody made this article about these are outrageous. So I'm aware that they're outrageous.
Right.
So I'm trying to think of it as like, what if I saw that in the paper, I'd laugh, but I have a dirty mind anyway.
Right.
This is normal people reading the paper, old people.
Right.
So they don't notice these things. This is from the lumberjack, and it says, "Lady jacks off to hot start in conference," and it's about a basketball player. That's what that says. These are real. These are 100% real.
Wow. I love it.
I'm blown away that they can say things like this and not think anything of it and pass it. Because
Betsy got up, she jacked right off.
Somebody's proofreading these.
I mean...
Frank, you might come here and check this out. You wrote about an armless man giving applause. I'm going to let it slide, but next time, think about it first, right?
Next time, read the shit that you...
Proofread your own writing, you dickhead.
Jesus.
Midget fucking, what is it? Midget reaches to the top shelf. That's the type of shit they're writing.
Oh, that's terrible.
Midget
the
grows
little
a little
person
bit.
reaches to the very top.
It's insensitive as fuck. This is number 7. We have 25. We have to go.
Let's go. Keep going.
Number 7 is the Express Times.
Okay.
Homicide victims rarely talk to police. Now that was funny within itself,
right?
But I was at work today, and I was driving in the truck with my boss, who's Hispanic, and I was telling him about this. I was like, "These are funny." I was reading him a couple off, and I read this one off. I said, "Homicide victims rarely talk to the police." He looks at me dead serious, and he's like, "Well, that's actually true." And I laughed so hard, he didn't understand. He's like, "What?" You know,
that look you just get. What?
I was like, okay, like you didn't catch that? That's what I'm saying is I noticed today, that's how I knew that these were real. Like these are actual headlines to newspapers. That made me laugh so fucking hard when he said that. He's just like, oh my God, he was dead. He didn't miss a fucking beat. You know?
He's on it.
He's like, that's actually factual. That's true.
It's true. It's true.
Number 8 is the Press Republican. This is another baseball one. A-Rod goes deep. Wang hurt.
Oh, no.
That's what that says. A-Rod goes deep. Wang hurt.
Wow.
That's what that person wrote as the headline.
That's somebody summed it up, and then they were like, "Oh my God, I just said that," but that's
they
what
left
it was.
They left. I don't even think they did that. They left it.
They just left it. They didn't proofread it. They pushed it as fast as they could.
They are making money so easily.
Yeah.
Where are we at? Number 9? Number 9 is the Daily Mail. Waterford boy 8 saves sister's life. And it's got highlighted, I wouldn't do it again. She's been a pain this week.
Wow.
That's what the kid said when they interviewed him.
Wow.
I wouldn't do it again. She's a bitch.
Well, should have left her.
He's saying some shit like that.
Yeah.
She stole the last of the Nesquik. Fuck her.
Yeah, she took the last ramen noodle.
If I'm being completely honest, I can't believe I did it myself.
Right? Like,
I'm looking back like there was some things I'd Donnie Darko right now. Okay? I would butterfly effect the fuck out of this. I've got a journal under my bed, and I would be like, no, don't go back with her.
Don't go back.
She steals your Legos, bro.
Yeah, bro.
This kid's 8. This kid's 8.
That's
like,
cool.
Man, fuck her.
Of course, an 8-year-old's gonna say some bullshit like that.
Number 10 is the Associated Press.
Oh.
Porn star sues over rear end collision. Now,
It's solid gold.
as I get halfway through at 10,
Right.
I realize that some of these were written on purpose.
Yeah.
They were written on purpose,
Had
and
to.
the guy who's in charge got such a good laugh that he's like, you know what? I'll approve it.
Yeah. Or they're just fake, made just solely for the internet.
Are you saying they're CNN? Like
Kinda
this?
made some fake shit we're reading. It's just pure entertainment.
Well, see, now you just killed the whole. What if they're just written?
Dude,
That's
like,
not
you
fun.
Have to, I know it's not.
Let's
fun,
believe. Let's
but
Peter Pan it and believe these are real.
Let somebody pull the wool over our eyes. But no, like I do see what you mean. They're fun.
These have to be real, Lau, because think
They
about
have
it.
to be real.
When I told you about my boss, that's what told me. That's what I'm trying to say.
Some
It's
of
like
these are legit.
when he
I
was
do
like,
know
"No, that's a fact." He didn't even listen to what I said.
I do know, but he knew what the headline meant. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there are more than just the God bless him.
In his
bless
head,
him, the people who died. There are other people affected, like that person's mother.
In his
who
head,
got murdered, and those are homicide victims. Technically,
yeah,
he knew what the headline meant. But
it bothers me that see, and this is a deeper subject than just comedy, ladies and gentlemen. This is the fact that people do not pay attention enough to know what they're reading. Even
it's true.
If these are real, if these are 100% real,
never take words at face value. Think about them. Read the sentence.
People
again.
are so used to reacting to something somebody says that he probably thought I said rape.
Wow.
Police don't listen to rape victims. He's like, yeah, that's true. They really don't. And I'm like, I said
goodness.
homicide victims.
Homicide. Wow.
But he's in this own little world, in his own little bubble, that he didn't stop to think about what I had said. He just reacted to what I said really quick. And this is where you'll find genuine people, and you'll find people that are like, hey, wait a minute.
Right.
That doesn't sound right. Or, and I've been on that spectrum of like, I would have been the guy who probably answered quickly too. I'm not saying my boss isn't wrong. I'm just saying, we got to start paying more attention.
Right.
We got to be attentive.
Number
11 is New Orleans Times.
Ooh, all right. Let's hear New Orleans.
Jets, Patriots, jump ahead, goes hooray. Okay, this is just a font error, and it's just a bunch of keyboarded letters. That was clearly not proofreading, if that's real. It's got a bunch of F's, D's, S, A. Well, that makes as much sense as anything at all. That one was clearly not proofreading. I believe that's real. That's how much faith I have in humanity.
I believe it's real because I know that there are people that are capable of that level of stupidity.
You know what's funny is the F's and the A's and the D's. It almost looks like he fell asleep writing it, and he fell to the left.
He's on his home keys.
He fell to the left.
He's on his home keys.
He leaned on the fucking left. You know which way he passed out, like,
dude. Okay, now we've discerned the hemisphere of the keyboard and where he was on and what he typed. Wow.
That's weird, ain't it?
Yeah.
I could tell by the keys. I'm like, yeah, you leaned to the left when you fell asleep, dude.
Wow. Perhaps he's left-handed.
That could be too.
Maybe we figured out that this man is left-handed because of how he leans. So.
If there's ever a crime against this man, we'll have to discern that. But until then, I don't really care.
Well, we would have to make sure he was sitting at a level service.
First of all, fuck that guy.
Fuck
that guy. Who proofread this shit?
Right.
Who proofread this? Who proofreads this?
Who okays this shit?
Somebody's got to go over this and say this article's okay.
Yeah, where's the editor-in-chief being like, you guys, did Phil fall asleep again?
Let me tell you something. On that day, at the New Orleans Times,
put a question mark on
somebody got fired. Somebody got fired.
Yeah, it's like, we're going to have to let you go.
People are complaining about the... That's what it sounds. That's what it looks like. It's just... Number 12, Fox News affiliate.
Oh, this is going to be good.
What does that mean, Fox News affiliate? You're not even Fox News. You're just an affiliate?
You're just like a...
You can't even have your own name.
You're just like a solo reporter, guy with a microphone trying to find good stories.
That's like if we called ourselves CNN affiliates.
Yeah, we're CNN affiliate.
We're affiliated. That's so stupid.
We
Fox News affiliate? Like you couldn't even get your own name. You had to bank off a fucking Fox.
I'm a Fox News affiliate.
Basically what it is it is a mugshot of a young black man. And it says, police, crack found in man's buttocks.
Oh, well, they found some crack in this man's buttocks.
This is where I'm gonna
at least that one's straight to the point. But.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is this one's not necessarily a mistake or a goofy, outrageous thing as much as it is they're just telling you we found some crack in this dude's buttocks. Now that I say it again, I get it, but
I would have went.
It's
with
almost
backside.
Right. It's almost immature to say buttocks.
Buttocks.
Even buttocks is supposed to be the appropriate lingo, yet it sounds.
I got shot in the buttocks.
Gump used it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I was running and something bit me.
That's an iffy one. Because I don't even think that's like a cheap. That's cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, we found crack in this guy's ass. Like, okay, well, and I think what this is supposed to be is we found the crack of his ass. I think that's where they're going with it. Is like that's why it's on this list. Is like we pulled his pants down and found the crack of his ass. I think.
I see. Yeah. You are. You're right.
Because as I read that, I'm like, that's.
What they should have said was we found some crack cocaine
in somebody's
backside.
They didn't even have to say that. Why did they give that information?
I don't even.
Why would that be a headline?
Why?
We found it in his ass.
Oh, well, something happened today.
First of all,
in this small town,
drugs are not that big of a deal to ruin somebody's reputation.
It's true.
You're shoving things in your ass, bro. Now they've got their picture and shit up.
What else you got in there, bro? Like,
putting dick up there too, bro.
Ooh.
Number 13 is Gloucestershire. That's a ridiculous fucking name, ain't it?
The Gloucester.
It's something ridiculous.
That's how they would pronounce it.
Girls
in Britain.
Girls. Yeah, that makes sense because she looks British. Is that nationalist?
That is a British town. Like I know it is. Like
girls' schools still offering something special. Head. It says
yes.
It says girls' schools still offering quote unquote something special, and then it puts a dash and it says head. Oh, I turned my phone off.
Head. She's offering something special. We're not gonna say what it is, but it's head.
It's head. They're sucking dick over
Guess
here.
What? It's fucking head.
If you're looking for a good time, come on down to the schoolyard.
Come to the It's head. It's head. All right.
Okay, so they're sucking dick. We move on.
We didn't know she was so good at it, and she's got something special.
Whoops!
It's head.
We revealed the secret as to why we have so many students.
It's fucking head.
The majority of them are men. We don't understand.
We pay our teachers crap. It's head.
It's a girls' school, so I mean.
Oh, good Lord.
I don't know. That's out of context, obviously.
It really is, and
it is. But I think maybe the lady in this picture on the article, that's her last name, maybe, and that's a quote from what she has said. You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure that out because I think maybe her last name's Head, and they're like, this is what she said about the girls' school.
Okay.
They have something special to offer, and it's not a $20 bill.
It's Head. We're just gonna tell. It's Head.
We're just eating helmet over in this motherfucker.
Hi, welcome. Open your fucking mouth.
All right, CNL sucked enough dick right now.
Right. Okay.
Let's move on. 14. Number 14 is the Winchester Star.
The Winchester Star.
This one's a little ridiculous too.
Let's hear it.
Study shows frequent sex enhances pregnancy chances.
No. No.
Are you wait a minute, are you telling me that if I fuck a lot, there's a chance? If I just leave it in and we fuck a lot, there's a chance. If I'm not sterile, I'll have a baby.
That's what I'm telling you, Phil.
The doctor's
That's
like,
what I'm fucking telling you, man.
I've explained this for 30 fucking minutes
you want to
already.
say it again? It's written down. Check out this article.
Check out the article in the Thoughtful Catalog.
Yeah. It's in there, bro.
Excuse me, the Thought Catalog. Now, they're not thoughtful at all. Like,
Yeah, your couch might pull out. But I don't, Phil. All right?
that's a little too much. This is my point to this is funny. We get a laugh at it, but it's also very fucking depressing if these are real.
It's true.
We're going downhill as far as, vocabulary and how we read shit. And
that's true.
But this also shows you that technology has taken over and our generation doesn't read the fucking paper.
It's true.
It's a bunch of old white people reading the paper. I mean, think about it. It's you got to think about it for a second.
Wow.
If I'm getting real about it, it's just old people reading the computer. Reading the paper.
God damn it. Read the paper.
It's been a long day. I worked hard. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
But you know what? A lot of old people read the computer too, man. Like,
they're probably reading these articles on the computer if they're up to date.
Go and talk to your grandparents.
They've got like
you know that they're checking out the internet, bro. They're people too.
They've got like a Mac 1.
You know what I'm saying? So you've got mail.
They're still dial-up.
It still works. There is still dial-up. There is still dial-up, my friend.
When I was at Walmart today, an elderly lady had spat out a landline number. And for some reason, I'm young enough to know, I was like, damn, you still have a landline number?
She's like 732.
Yeah. And she doesn't think shit of it. She's like, I don't understand why you don't. It makes more sense. You know what I mean? But I'm like, it blew me away. Anyway, we're on number 15.
Number 15.
The Daily Utah Poison Control Center reminds everyone not to take poison.
Oh.
Thanks for the reminder, Utah Poison Control, the UPC. See? I guess if you wanted to include the center in that abbreviation, UPCC. We're not taking you seriously anyway because you're Utah.
UPCC.
Moving on.
UPCC.
Number 16, Sun Media, London. Oh, you know this one's going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
Condom truck tips spills load.
It sure does, doesn't it?
Hey.
Oh, it sure does. Every time. Hey.
I have 3 kids. I know all about that. Let's move on. Number 17.
Number 17.
Associated Press / Des Moines, Iowa. Okay. Deer with big rack. Female, it turns out. It turns out.
Well, turns out shouldn't. Oh, man.
But see, this one is one of those immature thoughts. When you read it, it kind of freaks you out because you're like, a deer. But you're telling me a doe deer had a big rack? If you break it down, it sounds funny because you're like, oh, a deer with big rack.
So the writer assumed it was a male, and he's like, oh, it's a big rack, and then turns out it's female.
You think when you're reading it, if I was more immature, which I'm very immature, so you know what I mean? Like I'm pushing it with this, but when you read deer with big rack, female, it turns out
you're thinking of boobies.
You think of boobies.
You're thinking of boobies,
okay?
Man.
You think of the breasts.
The breasts.
But when you read it as a normal person, you're thinking there's a doe out there with a big antlers and shit, like because that's not the case. Does do not grow
does
antlers.
Do not have antlers. It is
so did they
fact.
find a doe with antlers? I'm wondering. Doesn't that trip you? Because some of these you can break.
You mean.
Exactly. Like, did they come across a doe with antlers? Now you're scientifically thinking. Did you guys discover something new?
This lady deer does in fact have a big rack.
So now I'm curious more than it's not even that funny anymore. It just goes to like, did you find a doe with a rack?
Curiouser and
Can
curiouser.
we shoot female deer? Is what I'm asking.
Whoa.
That sounds real sexist. Can we shoot the females too, or just the adult males? Or
shot last year.
18, number 18, the Herald. The Herald.
I already like
Palladium.
Oh, okay.
Palladium.
Palladium.
City unsure why the sewer smells.
Oh no.
City's very confused as to why the sewer smells like shit. Back to you, Danny.
Well, Phil, they might just shit in there.
I'm thinking that's where the toilet drains to. I'm not sure about you, but hey, we poop and pee, and it has to go somewhere, does it not?
It does, and guess what? It goes in the sewer.
You're you're an educated individual if you write that one.
Yep.
City unsure why the sewer smells. We are unsure why this smells like shit.
Like, you know what? I was walking by that manhole the other day, and I got to tell you, I caught a whiff of something nasty. It was unpleasant. Let's do something about it.
People of the city.
Yeah, maybe it just wasn't a very good sewer system, and they're like, you know what? It just
Listen,
smells like shit all the time.
You know the sewer smells weird when people are like, we're going to write a news article about how weird this sewer smells.
It's like, holy shit, almost like more than half the population is like, this fucking sucks.
9 out of 10 people read that article that day and were like, no, I get it, because when I've stepped outside, it smells so weird. Mm-hmm. It's not shit. That's what the citizen said. It's not shit.
It smells like it's like hot earth and like
citizens had to go to the main offices and the city council and all that and be like, no, it's not poo. It's not poo. It's dead bodies or something. It's not poo.
Somebody's sacrificing a bunch of motherfuckers out there.
It might be what you're eating, New Haven.
Ooh.
Or no, not New Haven. I apologize, South Haven.
South Haven. And
South Haven, you may be eating something very weird.
South Haven, put that in your pipe and smoke it. There you go.
Smoke it hard.
Smoke it hard. Share with your friends.
Number 19 is the LA Times. Chick accuses some of her male colleagues of sexism. Chick accuses some of her male colleagues of sexism. That's just somebody being ironic and does not like feminist. Number 20, the News and Observer. This sounds like something that's very official. The News and Observer. This is every newspaper name on the planet. The News and Observer. But it's both. 17 remain dead in morgue. Shooting spree. They remain dead. We can't figure out why they're not waking up and telling us who shot them.
They're not waking up. We filed them away. They're not even banging on the doors.
Jim, you've seen Return of the Living Dead, right? Yes, I have. In fact, I have.
Yes, I have. Okay, ask Philip.
They should be waking right the fuck up and wanting brain. I don't understand what's happening.
It's not working. They're not engaging.
It's so stupid.
What's wrong?
I'm gonna remind everybody. We do things a little raw around here. My battery's at 5%. So if I lose this before we get to the end,
then we're not gonna get to 25.
We're already at 21. Let's fly.
All right, let's fly through.
21. Tompkinsville News. Okay. Local child wins gun from fundraiser.
Isn't that nice? That is just America.
Shows a picture of little Tommy.
Oh,
what an American thing! He won an assault rifle. And as I say that, I'm not against arming yourself and protecting yourself.
I personally, I just don't like to own gun. I just don't like guns. I'm just not a person who likes guns.
Let me tell you something.
I'm not a person who's political about it.
If you want to be a completely peaceful person,
like, as a person,
the ideal,
because I don't like them.
The idea of the planet being peaceful is too far gone. There's too many bad people out there, and I understand that people need to arm themselves. I wish that there were no guns.
Well, I mean,
trust me. I wish that there were no nuclear bombs. I wish that there were nothing that could harm us, but that's not like reality.
That reminds me of John Lennon's song, Imagine all the people. There's no religion. There's no nuclear war. There's no nothing.
Imagine that's what made that song so beautiful. Is like, imagine a world. Can you even do it? Can you even imagine a world so peaceful that we don't need to defend ourselves for anything? Moving on. 22, Associated Press. Puerto Rican teen named Mistress of the Universe. That's just a slight at she's sleeping with everybody in the universe. I can get that. I can dig that.
Like a village bicycle, everyone gets a ride.
Okay. I'm on board. That was a good one.
Susie will do
it. We can't. I've got to move on. We can make jokes afterwards. I got to move on.
Move on.
23, Associated Press. Tiger Woods plays with own balls, Nike says.
Isn't that nice?
Isn't that wonderful?
I love it.
Tiger Woods has the money to play with his own nuts.
He's reading that and he's like,
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
You know. Him and Nike were like, let's pull a fast one here. 24. Sky Sports. Keegan fills Schmeichel's gap with semen. It's a hockey. It's hockey.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's a good one. He fills his gap with semen. I don't understand what that means.
It takes a man, a real man.
Somebody's getting a bunch of splooge all over him.
Yep.
Number 25. We reached 25. Evening Herald.
All
okay,
right.
This is the number 25. Woman in sumo wrestling suit assaulted her ex-girlfriend in gay pub after she waved at man dressed as a Snickers bar. Let me read that again because I fucked it up. Woman in sumo wrestler suit assaulted her ex-girlfriend in a gay pub after she waved at a man dressed as a Snickers bar. That's number 25.
Wow.
I was hoping that one would have more kick, but that was just like,
okay.
That was the story you had in your town?
Yep.
That's my point, is Republic so small, we would have shit like that.
Tonight at the bar, the girl that was dressed up as a sumo wrestler smacked the shit out of her girlfriend because she waved at somebody with dressed up like a Snickers bar.
You know that local pub down the road? Those two local lesbians, because it's such a Christianity like little town.
Right.
Those two local lesbians got caught getting into a fight over a Snickers bar, dude.
Hey, if you're hungry, why wait?
It reminds me of the commercial with Joe Pesci. You look like you could use a Snickers, Jim.
Just grab a Snickers.
You're a little hungry, are you? Have some peanuts, chocolate, and caramel.
Have a Snickers. You're turning into a diva, Phil.
Those were wonderful.
If I
say so myself, those were good. I like those. I got to look at more of those. That website has a bunch of stuff. Again, it's Thought Catalog.
Thought Catalog.
If you want to go there and look up some crazy shit, I cannot promise that those are real.
Some of them I know, and just know in the deep cockles of my heart that they're not. But then some of them I know are.
The one where we observed that the guy was asleep and he fell asleep left. That was pretty obvious. I was okay, that might be real. But some of these others, like Tiger Woods plays with his own balls, and Nike says
somebody typed that out, thought it was funny, and you know what, I'm gonna send it through anyway.
And
then I'm sure there's a good few of them.
That's how much faith I have in
absolutely fake.
That's how much faith I have in humanity, is that those are probably real. You know what I mean? The point is, folks, pay the fuck attention to what you are reading.
Pay attention to what you're reading.
Fuck are you reading? Do you understand? Let me go into a direction here. I got something to add to this. Stephen King, when he wrote It, he has a scene in It that is like 4 or 5 pages worth. Okay, and anybody can correct me on this. Go look it up. It's a simple Google. Stephen King wrote in It, the book It. There is a scene. This is how long this book is. Nobody's read this, and the people that have are coming out and finally saying something.
Right.
There is a scene in the book, the original book of It, where the kids, after they defeat Pennywise, have to come up with a reason to remember the situation because they don't want to grow old and forget.
Oh, no.
So they, as children in this sewer, have an orgy. The one girl that's in the group, they have sex with. And this is a fact. I am not bringing anything up that is not a fact. Stephen King wrote a scene in his book of It where the kids, to remember the situation, lose their virginity to the one girl that's there. And it doesn't just stop there. It doesn't go into vague, like they fucked and moved on. It goes into the detail of the black kid's penis and how large it was and how... Do you understand where I'm going with this? Is people do not read shit.
Yeah.
We do not pay attention to what we are reading, because now I'm looking at Stephen King like, I don't give a fuck how good the new It was, because you had nothing to do with that. That was somebody else coming along and saying this could be scary.
Right.
Your book is fucked up, Mr. King.
Weird.
Because the problem is, if we were to say something cross on this podcast,
yeah,
we get called out.
But that's now. But back then, when that book was written, that was a long time ago when that book was written, man.
How do you feel? Well, it was the late 80s.
That was a sometimes popular thing to have, in books.
Now, here's my question to you: do you think he added it for shock value?
I think he added it to widen his base of the amount of people that would buy the book, and if he had aspects of the time, which is these Sometimes even homoerotic scenes and shit.
Homoerotic, I get, but you're talking about
like,
kids having sex in a sewer after defeating the clown.
I know.
He
but
wrote detailed.
But there's so many other books out there. So many others that have
stuff like that,
been made into movies and stuff that have stuff like that. Aspects of that.
Absolutely,
they really do. It was truly like a part of the times. But it's and if it's a story, that's about children and they went through this, there's probably. If you actually look it up and look at it, there's over 100 other books in that same year that got published on that same
thing,
and they're doing the same thing. It was, it's a hard thing to try to explain. But if you read a lot of books that were printed in the 80s, which I did, you see that a lot in everything, every kind of book, even books about wars and spies. And stuff like that. Always that aspect of sex, no matter the situation, is kind of it worked its way out.
Well,
that was a big part of the 80s.
It was close to
what the readers like to read.
The few pages he had wrote for that, from what I've researched, are very close to erotica.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's one of those things where maybe he. And I'm not accusing of anybody of anything. Mm-hmm. I'm not accusing Stephen King of being a pedophile. What I am saying is it's so weird to go back and know that was written like that.
Yeah.
And the detail he went in, and he knew he was writing about children.
Right.
It's fucked up. And I don't understand how we passed that and didn't say anything.
It is a little fucked up, but it was a thing of the times. You get to think about it. Like, it wasn't like how it is now in the 80s. There was no instant access to everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, if the things you had access to incorporated these things into it. Once you read a lot of that, like old stuff, like I remember reading like sci-fi books, some of which, yes, were about children or had children in them. Nothing like, crazy or snuff film type shit or anything like that. But, there were aspects, about like there was just a lot of, what you call it, like it was porn in books, but like not most of the time. It was popular to have that gratuitous sex scene in a story. You know what I mean? And like nowadays when you watch movies and shit, there's not really a lot of that.
But here's
or it's genred out to a smaller genre.
This is the conspiracy. This is the conspiracy theorist in me. Mm-hmm. But I believe that pedophilia is such a big deal in Hollywood and fame that things like this happen all the time, and we just kind of bypass it like it's nothing.
Right.
Because in the new It, the pharmacist is kind of pedophilic. Like
I see.
He's kind of hitting on the kid and shit. Like he's very weird with the children.
Right.
And that's my point. Is like I feel like there's a difference between a joke and then you writing something like what he wrote in It. It was very graphic as far as what it doesn't bother me that that's how they remember the situation because it's a book. So I understand that there's art involved, and art's going to deal with things like that. Kids, he's trying to touch upon possibly if he's not a creep, he's just trying to touch upon how kids feel and the
how
realism
they associate with each other. Yeah,
the realism of how they interact.
Right.
And maybe he was doing that, but when you go into detail, you could have done one page where they all lost their virginity to Beverly, and then they move on, and that's how they remembered it. We lost our virginity to Beverly. I almost would have been more fine with that than him going into detail as far as like, the black kid had a bigger dick,
right,
and then this kid had a red bush. He just went into too much detail.
It shone like fireflies in the. In almost the still daytime of twilight in that hot summer down in the sewer. Okay, I'm done.
It was like he took a creative writing class and decided to write about kids fucking. I was like, that's not cool to me.
It's right. Like now, you are right. Oh man, like just even thinking about that, and this with also knowing that a lot of books in the 80s and shit like that had a lot of that, and they really did. Children.
You're right.
To old people, to middle-aged people, to young people, to pre-adolescent people.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Craziness.
There's a lot of, and there's films that do that too.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying that Stephen King's the only one. I'm saying that that's the one that I've looked up that I'm like, ew, that's, and now because the movie did so much business, people went back and read the book.
Right.
And that's how they found out. That's what bothers me is there's probably so much of that out there that we're like, I read half the book and I get the premise. So when the movie comes out and does big business, you're like, well, I ought to go back and read that book. And you read it, and that's how people found out was, oh, shit, what the fuck is this in the middle of the book?
Right.
What is this between the chapter 1 and 2? Basically, he wrote half the book as kids and half the book as adults.
Right.
So in between that time, that's how he connected it. That's how they never forgot about it, was they lost their virginity, and that was... And as a writer, I almost see where he's coming from if he wouldn't have gotten detailed.
Right.
Leave the details out. You just say, well, they chose to lose their virginity to Beverly.
He could have done it a little bit more
professionally. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. That was an hour.
Yeah, I think
that was an hour. We hit a wall. We hit good.
We did.
I had a fucking blast like always.
Yeah. We did forget our this CandL brought to you by our sponsor is Anchor Fence Company.
This episode is brought to you by Anchor Fence.
Anchor Fence
Any
Company.
picket anytime, stick it picket in your ass.
We'll
we don't care.
You, with our eyes closed.
I'll shove it in there with no lube if that's what you're into. You know what I mean?
We'll
You'll get some
in.
splinters.
We'll get it in.
You'll get some splinters. Those are 1 inch by 6 inch wide, 6 foot tall picket.
And as soon as it's in, you got to turn around and look at us mean.
And I'm gonna throw a nail in it too, just to throw that little bit of.
So you won't forget.
And it's also brought to you by OPMS Kratom. If you ever go to any, I go to SoundSmart. SoundSmart has the best prices. Go pick yourself up some Kratom. If you have an opiate addiction, if you have any addiction, if you just have a hankering for maybe pain pills and you're wanting to wean yourself off of them and you don't know how, Kratom's the best thing you could choose. Kratom is all natural. There's nothing thrown in it. And OPMS is your best bet.
Boom, boom.
Get Mangda, Red Bale, anything you want. Just get some Kratom, okay?
Deliciousness.
This was CandL. That handsome son of a bitch over here is Lau. I'm Cotter.
Wow.
And
thank you.
We love you guys.
I'm all
Thank you for
bashful.
listening.
Peace.